Okay, Andy. Good morning, everyone. After a long time, I think. Right. Look here. Let me make a revision. What has been happened? Every year I'll be in leave for 5 days or 1 week in March. I'll go with my family trip and come every time. It's a common strategy. Okay, right. Let me repeat what has been happened. Okay, right. From today, 11 a.m. Advanced Java is there. New batch. You are all eligible for Advanced Java. This batch is eligible for Advanced Java. Okay, right. You can join Advanced Java by 11 a.m. Same room will be there. Who are attending offline, online mode also there. Got it, right? So before this break, we started constructing one class anyway. In Java, class means program, program means class generally. So we started constructing one class. I'll repeat it like this. Like this. We started constructing one class like this. Class can hold variables. Class can hold methods. Methods. Class can hold blocks. Class can hold constructors. The class will be under one package. The class will be under one package. And the package will be under one Java project. So that only practice. Daily you will open one Eclipse. Through that Eclipse you can create one project. In that project you can create some packages. In that packages you can create some classes. That only practice going on. Okay, right. Sir, how many variables are there? Means variables can be two types generally. I'm making a small revision again. Variables can be two types. Primitive data type variables and non-primitive data type variables. Only two types. The variable declared with byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean, we call it as a primitive. This primitive data type variables will hold value. That's the information available with you. The variable declared with class, interface, array, enum, only four types. We call it as non-primitive data type or referential data type because these non-primitive data type variables will hold object references. The theory. Among these four non-primitive data types, only class completed, interface not entered, array not entered, enum not entered. Even then you can attend advanced Java. Even then you can attend advanced Java. You can understand because 80% is in your hand to understand it. Only 10 or some 20% where you cannot understand. We trainers will coordinate that and we move the advanced Java. You can understand it. So right, you are eligible for advanced. But only one doubt will come. Sir, 7 AM I only possible. Is there any 7 AM batch? They'll ask it because the students joined core Java by 7 AM. So some people will expect after 7 AM advanced Java will be continued generally. So because other slots are given for some vernacular HTML majorly you are running. I know that. So again advanced Java will come, means again in the rotation base again advanced Java will come. So at present my free time is 11 and 4. Before break I completed 7 AM, 11 AM I completed. 4 PM also I completed. Mean 2 slots are given to management. 2 PM I have been blocked for placement. Anyway, 3 batches in my hand. 7, 9 and evening 6 o'clock are under my hand. Remaining timings are given to management. So management brought 11 AM advanced Java, they brought it. Got it right? Who are available by 11 AM, you attend advanced Java. In 11 AM for me Oracle is there, sir. In 11 AM some HTML is there, sir. Means if anybody facing that problem, my suggestion, change that batches. So 11 AM you can change Oracle to some 9 AM or Oracle to 2 PM you can change it. HTML also you can change it. So batch changing is available from the management. Why I'm speaking that point means this course is full stack Java developer. So core advanced immediately Spring and web service will come. Whenever I started advanced Java, Spring and web service will come, project will be started. Understood this point? Because you give the priority for this module, you give it. So who are available by 11 AM, join from today. Anyway, demo class will be there for 3 days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. In a demo class, we'll make a revision from core Java onwards. We'll make a revision and practical will be started from Monday. That's for 11 AM strategy. They're interacting with the database. The first 15 days is interacting with the database. Java program will be communicating with the database. Sir, with this knowledge, can I enter? Means you can enter because I am only trainer standing in core and advanced. LKG, UKG. I know the standards of my student. According to that, we move the course. So that's a plan we do. Got it right? So variables, 2 types. Primitive data type, non-primitive data type. You know, primitive data type can be 2 types. Static and non-static. You know this strategy anyway. Static and non-static, you know. And non-primitive data types can be 2 types again. Static and non-static. 2 types are there. Static and non-static. So static means outside the methods only. The variables which are declared with static keyword outside the methods. Outside the methods, we call it as static variable or class variable. These variables will get the memory within the class while class loading. You can access with the class name. There's the information about static variable. The static variable can be primitive or non-primitive, same rule. Right? Non-static variables can be 2 types. Outside the methods, inside the methods. 2 types are there. So non-static variables possibility 2 types. Non-static variables possibility 2 types. So non-static variable outside the methods, we call it as instance variables. Inside the methods, we call it as local variable. Outside the methods, we call it as instance variable. Inside the method, we call it as local variable. So the non-static variables which are declared inside the methods are known as, outside the methods are known as instance variables. These variables will get the memory within the object while object creation can access with the object name. That's a theory with you. The non-static variable which is declared inside the methods, we call it as local variable. Local variables will get the memory within the method or method frame. That's the information. While method execution is a theory. Here, static variable inside the method not there means static local variables not there. That point to be remembered. And you cannot declare nothing but you cannot declare local variable as static. That concept not there. That point to be remembered in your variables. Global variable word not there. There is no concept of global variable. The reason variable will not get the memory outside the class. Possibility not there. So there is no concept of global variable. I given a notes bit clearly. You can read it. So that variable part has been covered for reading purpose anyway. Now methods. Methods always only two types will be there. One is static and one is non-static. Only two types will be there. Static and non-static. Non-static can be called as instance methods anyway. The methods which are declared with the static keyword are known as static methods. These static methods can access static variable directly but cannot access instance variable. The reason static method will be available in the class. They can access the class variable. They cannot access object variable. That point you know. Instance methods will get the memory within the object while object creation can be accessed with the object name, can access two variables, instance variables and static variables it can access. The methods can be built in or user defined, rules are same, right? That may be coming from library that we are declaring whatever the methods, they are having a same rule. The methods can be return type, non-return type. The methods can be with parameter, without parameter. The knowledge of methods. Just you read the method chapter, variable chapter enough and come to advanced Java. You can understand advanced Java very easily. 15 days we take in advanced Java to communicate with the database product. Already many people are attending Oracle classes. I think you know how to interact with Oracle, creating table, inserting data, retrieving data, updating data, deleting data, 5 queries. Who knows these 5 queries? You can come to advanced Java. These 5 queries again we are going to run with one Java program. That only your first unit. So for that background knowledge is core Java, variables and methods. If you have a clarity about variables and methods, you can start advanced. Blocks and constructors you cannot see in advanced Java. They will be available on demand. You can take the support of them. There comes a third component known as blocks. The set of statements which are declared within the flower brackets and executed automatically is known as block. There are two types of blocks available in Java. Static block and non-static block or instance block. The block which is declared with the static keyword, we call it as static block, executed with highest priority while class loading. And the static block executes only once because the class loads only once. The theoretical knowledge available with you. Instance block executed while object creation with highest priority. And the instance block is executed for all the multiple object creations. That's the theory about your instance block. So there are two blocks available to you, static and non-static. So static block is there and instance block is there anyway. Non-static and instance. So blocks in the real-time market, instance blocks we never use it, very less used. Static block is available in the advanced Java to hold database connection code. You can see that static block once. Not in the unit number 1. In unit number 2 you can see. Unit number 2 is interacting with HTML forms in advanced Java. First unit is interacting with the database. Second unit is interacting with the HTML. Third unit is creating MVC projects. That is only 3 units will be there. When the second unit started, you can see that the static block there in advanced Java. Constructors, the method having the same name of class and executed while object creation because the constructor call is available in object creation syntax. While declaring constructor, we must not use return type because constructor by default having class return type. Based on parameter, constructors are categorized into two types. One is zero argument constructor or zero parameter constructor. Other one is parameterized constructor or constructors with parameters. It's a theory with you. As a code writer, if we declare one class without any constructors, then the compiler will add one constructor without parameters known as a default constructor. There's a information available with you. Why we use constructors? Constructors are used to initialize instance variables while object creation. In that process, execution time will be saved and high performance will come. There I given a notes to you. Initializing instance variables are categorized into three types: using methods, using object names, using constructors. I given one notes to you. You can see that. Okay, right. There you got small knowledge about constructors. After completing these constructors, I given a information to you. Constructor can be only non-static or instance. This can be only non-static constructor or instance constructor. There is no concept of a static constructor. That's a theory to you. After getting information about variables, methods, blocks, constructors, I introduced one concept known as a package. So package in Java is collection of classes and interfaces, I said, but interface not entered still now. Okay, right. Collection of classes and interfaces. Whenever you want to declare one package, you can use package followed by package name. But you are not writing package keyword. Eclipse is creating the work. Observe, no? Right. So I given an environment known as Eclipse where you are creating packages, where you are creating Java project and practice is going on. In that practice, you observed whenever I have two packages, in the two packages, two classes are there. If I want to make one class from one package to another package, we use import statement and types of imports. That unit what I given to you, that's one theoretical unit. Read for interview and practice every day, creating project part of your Eclipse. After giving that Java project, under that Java project package, under that package we had one class, the theory. Some examples I must give for the classes because packages are categorized into two types. Some are coming from library, we call it as built-in packages or predefined packages. Some packages we are creating or we are declaring or we are defining, we are calling it as user-defined packages. It's a theory. So in that process from the built-in packages, I brought some classes, java.lang package, giving some classes to you. That is string class, string buffer class, string builder class. Java.util package given two classes, string tokenizer, string joiner. And java.lang package given 8 wrapper classes to you. Like this, I brought examples of classes for practice. There's a sequence actually. Class, user defined class. After that, built-in classes. Under built-in classes, I took string classes and I took your wrapper classes. That is a sequence of unit gone. In that process, whenever I brought a string, strings are playing a role and we are going to use in many locations, not ended. String, concept and chapter only ended. Application not ended. Means in many locations we are going to apply that string concept and more programs we are going to write still because array not ended, collection not ended. So number of programs will be increased anyway. When the array comes, the style of coding increases because array will hold group of objects. Up to now only single object is coming. Employee object, only one object is coming. Student object, only one object. When an array comes, multiple objects will come. So the style of coding changes and the level of coding increases. There also string will be joining you. So all this theoretical part, what you observed here is, sir, our primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Our primitive data types and non-primitive data types. This one. I kept one small diagram like this. Primitive data types, non-primitive data types. Through non-primitive data types, we concluded, means still class examples are coming. We say that class idea completed actually. The class hold variable method block constructor, that is over. User defined class generating one object. The object is known as mutable object. Mutable object means object once created, you can modify the data available in the object. We call it as mutable object. User defined classes generating mutable objects. Then I brought string objects. Java.lang.string, one class is there. Java.lang.string has a different behavior that I given in notes to you to read carefully. Java.lang.string generating one object known as immutable object. The objects once created cannot be modified. We call it as immutable objects. No sir, I want mutable object. Java.lang.string buffer generating mutable objects. There are 4 constructors available to create objects. It's a theoretical knowledge available with you. And the java.lang.string buffer is synchronized class. Synchronized class means holding synchronized methods. Synchronized methods means methods declared with a synchronized keyword. We call it as synchronized methods. Advantage of synchronized methods. The methods will be under the lock and the methods are available to one user at a time. I given a theoretical notes to you. So where we use this java.lang.string buffer. Java.lang.string buffer is used in multi-threading applications in the real-time market. Multi-threading application means server applications indirectly. Unit number 2, advanced Java servlet programming. Servlet means server programming. In that server programming, each program is multi-thread code only. There, string buffers are available. It's a theory. Whenever it is a non-multi-threading applications, when non-multi-threading applications, string builder is used. String builder is non-synchronized. Non-synchronized methods, locks are not available. When the locks are not available, it is not thread safe. Don't use in threading applications is a theory. Java.lang.string buffer is thread safe. Anyway, java.lang.string class is thread safe because it is an immutable object. This is the theoretical knowledge gained on string, string buffer, string builder. 2 utility classes, string tokenizer, string joiner. One will support you to break it. One will support you to join it. On demand, we are going to use that 2 utility classes on your string objects. After this information given to you, there is one non-primitive data type. There is one primitive data type is waiting to you. There is one primitive data type is waiting to you. That primitive data types are 8 types are there to you. Byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. 8 types will be there. These 8 types are primitive. They are holding values. But frameworks, in our journey, frameworks will be there. Why Advanced Java important to you? Because your course is very lengthy. I'll say one point today. Because on the starting days, you don't know what is happening. Sir is asking me to go to Oracle, whether I can understand or not. Sir is asking me to go to HTML, whether I can understand or not. Sir is asking me go to Gore Java. 3 papers Sir is sending, whether I'll understand. They are independent. You understood already. They are dependent or independent. They are independent because we asked it. But a student, we force them to go it, we say. Because by standing outside the classroom, don't analyze. Sir, how much water is there? Can I jump it or first jump it and check it? What it is you can understand. So standing outside, student cannot understand whether dependent or independent because we force them to go and sit. Because Oracle, different. HTML, different. Oracle, one database, one permanent storage, where you are storing the data, working with that data. When you go to HTML, separate web browser interaction. That is, you run the programs with web browsers, Some colors will be there, alignments will be there, some work that is there. When you come to Java, different world it is, object flavor, JVM, something. So 3 papers are different. The knowledge what I gained in Oracle, the knowledge what I gained in HTML, the knowledge what I gained in core Java, what I must do means come to advanced Java, we are going to do the work. Advanced Java, we are mixing these 3 papers together. Knowledge. I know constructor, I know methods, I know variables. Sir, where I should apply? Advanced Java. Sir, I know HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I know how to design one form. Sir, where I should apply the knowledge? Come to advanced Java. Sir, I know databases, creating table, inserting data, primary key, foreign key, candidate key, joins, triggers. Some work is going to done with it. The knowledge where I should apply. Come to advanced Java. Application is available here. Application means the knowledge applied. Sir, in that process, I know core Java correctly, sir. Remaining 2 papers, some percentage I know, sir. I don't have a clarity in the means. Need not worry. Frankly, I'm speaking. Need not worry. Java developer by default Oracle. Java developer by default HTML. Advanced Java trainer by default I will train Oracle. By default I will train HTML. We only will write HTML codes in our batches. We only will write Oracle codes. Not like a Oracle trainer. Oracle trainer is a specialized trainer. He can do more work. Right? He can do more work than us. 80% he can do more. Among the 20% we bring it and do in advanced. HTML trainer, UI trainer can do lot more. He has Bootstrap, he has Angular 13. He can do wonders using them. But we never bring all. 20% we bring it. So advanced Java trainers will bring the 20%. Remaining all 100% from core Java we bring it. So student can understand that flavor, you can travel it. So your batch getting eligibility. Why I'm saying means you had 2 batches options. 1, 6 p.m. already advanced Java started by Venkatesh Manasani. 1 week or 10 days back he started 1 batch. Second option I am coming for. Venkatesh Maipati is coming by 11 a.m. There these 2 timings not possible means student has to wait for in the rotation base. Again by 7 a.m. advanced Java may come. Understood? Again the rotation basis that will come. Again we have to release the batches and we have to come back. No, in the rotation basis we can come back. Got this point, right? In that process I cannot wait it, sir. I had an option of pick it means pick it out. We are going to travel fastly. So within 1 month means by this is February, no? March. By April ending, almost 80% what is happening in advanced Java will get a clarity. With that, we are going to start your spring batches also. We are going to start it. Spring and web services. The management will start it. And from there, within a 1 month, they'll make you to sit in a project indirectly. There is a plan goes like this. So take an option. In that process, see there. When you go forward, Spring is there, web service is there, they comes under frameworks. The frameworks will work on objects. They will not work on primitive. Because of this reason, Java developer should know how to make primitive data types available in the form of objects. For that purpose, they given wrapper classes. Wrapper classes will support you. Wrapper classes will support you to make primitive data types available in the form of objects. That only wrapper class objects. Wrapper class objects are immutable objects by default. So how to work it means every wrapper class will have constructors. We have to remember that constructor list. There are 8 wrapper classes: byte, short, integer, long, float, double, character and boolean. Among that, float is having 3 constructors, character is having 1 constructor, remaining 6 are having 2 constructors. Using that constructor, we are going to keep the value inside the object. That is known as boxing process. We take the data outside the object by using one method. We call it as unboxing process. Nowadays, latest versions came, no? They support auto unboxing. Auto boxing means they only do the work without involvement of developer. It's a theory to you. Based on this, I given 3 or 4 questions for a demo. Now, to keep you busy for 2 days, I given 3 or 4 questions. I stopped it. Got it right? What are the solutions you are waiting for string? What are the solutions waiting for wrapper classes? Some wrapper class work we have to do more. We are going to do it. Okay, right? By syllabus part now, you completed strings, you completed wrapper classes. Under wrapper classes, you know boxing process, unboxing process, auto boxing process, auto unboxing process. They support me to make your primitive data types available in the form of wrapper class objects. In that wrapper classes, many methods are there. I'm going to bring them, not now. I'm going forward. So let me go forward in the units, right? Okay. After that, I'll come back and do your assignments. Okay, right? Now make a shading, separate page, relationship between classes. Star mark IMP. Separate page. Relationship between classes. Relationship between classes. The process of establishing communication the process of establishing communication between classes. The process of establishing communication between classes is known as relationship between classes. The process of establishing communication between classes is known as relationship between classes. Relationship between classes are categorized into 3 types. Categorized into 3 types. 1. References, inheritance, inner classes. Inner classes. In bracket you can say nested classes. Right. All of you look here. So your batch number is 129, right? So before you means not before you, after you one batch came. Batch 130 came. By 9 AM it is running. And you are running by 7 AM. Before you one more batch is running. 128. That is by 6 PM I am running the batch. Right. Only 3 batches I am running, remaining all I closed. I closed 127, I took a break. One advanced Java I closed and one core Java I closed, and I given to management 2 times and took a break. So management stopped my batches because I am going out, they stopped. And they starting now. Again 4 PM the batch is coming. That is Java again. Maybe next week it will be started by 4 PM. It is ended. Why I'm showing that time to you means this is 9 a.m. After your class, 9 a.m. will be started. I'm going to start blocks and constructors. There, blocks and constructors are running. This before batch completed this inner classes. That inner classes over, they are going for exception handling. Exception handling. That batch is ending batch. They are coming out. Right? You are entering into references. You are entering. So why I'm showing that means, sir, I want to complete the batch bit early means you can attend 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. you can attend parallelly. Some topics there, some topics here. You can cover core Java early. Understood it? Not now. After 1 week, I'll give a information. After 1 week, if you attend that core Java at 4 hours, core Java within 10 days, it will be closed. If anybody have urgent need, that possibility is there. Some sort topics I not understood, sir. I want listen again means come and sit in 9 a.m. One is backup batch, one is forward batch. Some students will ask us, sir, time for me, time not there. I want to close bit early means you are because you understood everything what is happening. You can come and sit in before. If you can want to complete the course bit early. No, sir, I want to listen the concepts again means come and sit by 9 a.m. Right? For listening. So one is backup batch, one is forward batch. So why I'm giving that information means if anybody has urgent need to complete after 1 week, you can come and meet me. I want to complete core Java bit early. If anybody is there, I'll give a plan how to close it within 10 days. If not, it takes 3 weeks time it takes for us to, or roughly 20-22 days it takes to close our 7 a.m. anyway, right? The plan. So I'm giving some information because I took a break for 3-4 days. No, any of your schedule affected. So student also will come with one schedule, no, one plan. Anything affected there, you can speak me after 1 week. So I'll adjust 6 p.m. to complete the course. No confusion, sir. I'll sit in the 7 a.m. I'll complete means I'll give this batch to you in time. Because Sundays are coming, no, I'll conduct Sundays and I'll give to you. Okay, right. Okay. From now, I took a break almost 3 days or 4 days. This time will be compensated with Sundays. So 1 or 2 Sundays, I'm going to call you. Right? Okay. Now, make a start. The process of establishing communication between classes is known as a relationship between classes. Mean linking the classes indirectly. Make a signing references. References. The process in which one object holding the reference of another object. The process in which one object holding the reference of another object is known as references concept. Is known as references concept. The process in which one object holding the reference of another object is known as references concept. Is known as references concept. Right. In this references concept, the methods of one object can access the members of another object indirectly through reference. See like this. How means Suppose I had one class here. Some class 1 I am calling. Some class 1. I had one more class here. Class 2. This class will have some variable. This class will have some methods. This class will have some variable. This class will have some methods. Now, these methods can access these variables. These methods can access these variables. Because both belongs to same class. No restriction. Okay, right. Now our concept is nothing but this method want to access this variable. Method of one class want to access the members of another class. The only concept. Whenever the method of one class want to access the members of another class, there should be some communication between them. That only concept. Without a communication, you cannot access. Or without a link, you cannot access. Some link must be there between that classes. Then only you can access. So how many ways you can link it? Means through references I can link it. Through inheritance I can link it. Through inner classes I can link it. There are 3 options available in your Java. That only concept. Whenever if you link them whenever you can link them among any one of these 3, you can access. So major intention behind your references concept is the methods of one class can access the members of another class using the reference. Make a statement. In this references concept, in this references concept, the methods of one class can access the members of another class using object reference. In this references concept, the methods of one class can access the members of another class using object reference. Right. See there? To demonstrate this references concept now, I will take 2 classes now like this. I'll take one class here. Class name is address. Address one class. In this address, generally we take house number, street name, city, and pin code. Generally, to display them always we use get address. This is a common class we had it. Now I am taking one more class now here. Class name is employee. I will take it. So employee ID, employee name, employee designation. Anyway, here get address. Sorry. Get employee like this. So these are the 2 classes we had it. All of you understood this point? Right. Okay. Now these 2 classes I must link it actually. I must establish one link between them. Suppose in normal programming we do like this. See there, my core Java came to almost in a comfortable stage now. This topic is very important. This 3 topic. After that, exception handling will come. With that, course will come to ending. After that, application, multi-threading, files, collection framework. Once completed. So the course will come to end. If I concentrate correctly on you for 1 or 2 Sundays, I can release the batch bit early. The first phase only takes time. Got it right? Some assignments are pending. I'll do that assignments. One Saturday, if I set it, automatically. I cannot give a session now. Let me move the syllabus fastly. One day I'll come. Right? Okay. That's the plan. Why I'm speaking that point means remaining all are linked to me. Core Java linked to Advanced Java linked to Spring, Advanced Java linked to web service. From there it linked to project. So this only full stack Java developer core module this is. So these are all very fastly you have to complete it. Remaining all, whenever you find time, you can complete them. Testing and so on, right? These all highest priorities must be given. I'm speaking that point again to you because whatever I'm explaining to you, this concept is available in unit number 2, servlet programming, Spring and web services. That only concept. One object will hold reference of another object. You know how to create objects. But one object will hold address of another object, means linking objects. Already this also you know already. Because in string chapter, new operator process, one object holding the address of another object. Observed or not now? Diagram is there. Yes or no? Again, string buffer, case 4. There also string buffer SB1 is equal to new string buffer of Java I given. String buffer SB2 is equal to new string buffer of SB1 I given to you. There also one string buffer object holding the reference of another string buffer object. Already the concept came. But I am looking into user defined classes I am doing now. So I know address classes, I know employee class. I am linking the 2 objects now. You have to observe it. Right. I am taking one project, Java project, references application 1. References application 1. Click on finish. I am taking 2 packages now. One package is test. One package is Amaxus. 2 packages I am taking. These 2 classes I am keeping under one package. Under this test, I am keeping 2 classes. One is address, one is employee. Under this test, I am creating one class, that is address. One more class is employee. In the address class, I am taking public, string house number, street name, city. So public int, pin code. So public void get address. employee address. Employee address. System dot out dot println house number is equal to house number. Street name is equal to street name. City is equal to city. Pin code. Like this. This is a common code what we do, right? Whenever you want to initialize that variable, three options are there. You can use one setter method to load the data. If not, you can access with object name. If not, you can access with one constructor. These are the options we had it. So here I'm using the object name. I'm going to use it anyway. I'll go for employee here. Separate class employee. In employee class, public. String employee ID, employee name, employee designation I'm taking. So public void get employee. Get employee. Now system dot out dot println. System dot out dot println employee data. Roughly I'm keeping one, right? I am printing. So system dot out dot println employee ID is equal to EID. Employee name is equal to ename. Employee designation is equal to e-designation. Sir, this is one normal program. Sir, is there any link between these two classes? Means link not there. Right? You can link these classes with three options for us. That only concept actually. Link not there. There are two different classes. Link not available. Okay, right. I'll go for main class anyway. I'll go for main class. So demo reference 1. Right. Import them. So these two classes you are going to import into another package. So I took another package now here, right? Another package is Amaxus. Here I took the main class, I took it. That is demo reference 1. I am importing here. How to import this now, sir? Import test dot star. Yes or no? Test dot star means both will come, no? Right. Import test dot star. Import java dot util means scanner will come anyway. So before scanner is coming here now, here employee E is equal to new employee address AD is equal to new address. So this is one object. This is one object. Sir, both are different. Observe this point now, both are link not there. Sir, how to link it? See how I am linking. I am linking two objects. You must observe that only concept. Okay, right. Whenever you want to link two objects now, go for the class. Now, which class should hold which class? Employee should hold address. Yes or no? Employee will have address. Student will have address. Customer will have address. Means who is holding address now? Employee should hold address. When employee want to hold address, employee class must be declared with, see there, employee class must be declared with one variable, public address, address ad. Now this is non-primitive data type variable. Yes or no? Non-primitive data type variable. That variable is instance variable, local variable, instance variable, memory in what now? Memory in object. Now that non-primitive data type variable will hold value address. So simply you can say non-primitive data type variable, or you can say reference. You can say reference variable directly, you can say. That's a term we are using. What is it? Reference variable means the variable holding the address of another object. Okay, right. Now see there. Sir, this is one variable now. Like these are all variables, this is also one variable. Now this variable must be initialized. This variable must be initialized. Only this variable must be initialized. To initialize this variable, I am taking one constructor. I am taking public employee. I am taking one constructor. Constructor. This constructor, whatever the constructor is there now, this constructor, employee address. So address ADDR, one variable. All of you observe this fine, no? Right. Now AD is equal to ADDR. So initializing reference variable. Yes or no? Initializing means wording. This constructor is initializing. This one you have to speak to the next coming trainers. Spring trainer. Spring trainer will have first module, Spring Core. First module. Second module is Spring MVC. Third module is Spring JDBC. Fourth module is Spring Boot and Spring Security. That's a module. But nowadays students are jumping and going to Spring Boot. It's a different issue. Student can go. But actually LKG, UKG, first class one order will be there. In that Spring Core, the teacher will ask, do you completed Core Java? They'll ask. Yes. Do you completed Advanced? He will ask. Yes. Servlet programming you know? Yes. Because you are sitting in Spring Core, no? Then he will ask, how many topics you know in Core Java? Means he'll repeat it. Do you know variable? Do you know method? Do you know block? Do you know constructor? Do you know how to create Java project? Do you know how to create dynamic web project, Advanced Java? Then Maven project, that is Spring. Like this 3 levels will come. Then they will ask you, do you know how to link the classes? Inheritance, inner classes, references. When you are linking references, what your trainer used, then you must say, my trainer used constructor to initialize reference variable. That you have to speak it. My trainer used one constructor to initialize the reference variable in core Java. I learned, sir. So using this constructor, we are initializing. That's the concept. Now what happened here now in the class level? Here I took one variable, address AD. I took one variable. So employee is having one variable EID, ENAME, EDesignation, address AD also there. Sir, if I have this link, what is the advantage? See there. What is the advantage means? See there. Now, this is employee. This is constructor call or not now? This is one constructor call. Of course, this also constructor call. Why error is coming here now? Sir, you are calling one constructor with 0 parameter you are calling. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? We are calling one constructor with 0 parameter. Now here, parameterized constructor is there. Here, why error is not coming now? Here, see there. Here I am calling one constructor with 0 parameter. Here also constructor not there. Why error is not coming now? Default constructor is added, no? Yes or no? For address class, default constructor is added, sir. Here error not coming. For employee class, default constructor is added or not added? Not added. Default constructor is not added. Because here already parameterized constructor is there. So you have to pass the parameter. Whenever you want to pass the parameter, first you have to create object for address. Then you have to pass this AD as parameter. Yes or no? Now I am passing AD as parameter to this one. This is constructor call with parameter. This is constructor call without parameter. So here 0 parameter constructor will come. Here constructor call with parameter. This constructor is called. Now, sir, what is the advantage if we call like this? What is the advantage if we call it? See, now go for scanner. Scanner S is equal to new scanner of system dot in S dot close. Now system dot out dot println enter the employee ID. Employee ID means E dot ID is equal to S dot next line. All of you can understand this, no? I am using accessing with the object name I am using. Now, system dot out dot println enter the employee name. E dot employee name is equal to S dot next line. Now system dot out dot println enter the employee designation. E dot employee designation is equal to S dot next line. Now, if you want to access the house number, access the house number. See there. System dot out dot println, enter the house number. Whenever you want to access the house number now, you can access the house number like this now. E dot ad dot house number is equal to S dot next line. Right. See there, house number belongs to AD. AD belongs to E. So I can access the object of address using object of employee. If you are not understanding this line, I draw the diagram. In the diagram, you can see the view. Which object holding which address, you can see the view. First, I am completing my coding now. Now, system dot out dot println, enter the street name. E dot ad dot street name, S dot next line. Now, system dot out dot println, enter the city. E dot ad dot city is equal to S dot next line. Now system dot out dot println, enter the pin code. E dot ad dot pin code is equal to S dot next int. Now E dot get employee, I am saying. So method call. Method call. This is one method call. Now whenever you call this get employee here, this get employee can call ad dot get address. The method of employee can call the method of address using this reference. Now run this, you'll get the answer. Employee ID A121, employee name Raj, designation 12-34 by H, Sarnagar, city Hyderabad 61234. So answer is coming. But internally, how the link is available? Normal program only. Reading and printing. But your concept is how one object holding the address of another object. I'm going to demonstrate that now. So example program. Example program means a project name anyway. Here how many classes I am taking now? 3 classes. One class name is address. Address.java. One class name is employee.java. One is demo reference 1.java. That is one main class. And this is the output. So reading and printing anyway. Now let me explain this now. Once with diagrammatic. In the diagram only you can see that one object holding address of another object you can see. Unless you cannot see that. Okay, right. Now the same program in diagrammatical form. Execution flow of above program. So how many class files? Sir, there are 3 class files. One is address.class file. One is employee.class file. One is demo reference 1.class file. This is one main class. See that I am drawing the diagram now. Under references, I am going with old pattern of diagram. Method area where classes are loaded. Heap area where objects are created. Java stack area where methods are executed. Because in a notes document, you have to keep one diagram from references. Because all diagrams are there. Constructor diagram is there, block diagram is there, method diagram is there, variable diagram is there. Even strings also diagram is there, wrapper classes, small diagram is there. Every unit, every concept represents with 1 or 2 diagrams. In your notebook, you can see. The same way we concentrate on one small diagram here. So method area. Heap area. Java stack area. Now, anyway, main class will be loaded first. You know already. Main class will be loaded. Main class is scanner. Main class, main method, scanner. Now scanner S is equal to new scanner means some address location. Yes or no? So scanner class object created, the address is available on yes. Now the same way, address AD is equal to new address. Address AD is equal to, here also one object should be created. Address. For that, address class will be loaded. Address class will be loaded. House number, street name, city, pin code, get address. After this loading has been completed, object is created. 0x222, one object created. All that variables will get the memory. House number null. Street name null. City null. Pin code 0. Default values there. Now get address. Void get address. One method. Street name house number, street name, city, pin code, and address. So they all will get the memory within the object. This is address object. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The address will be loaded here now. 0x22. Actually, daily the address is coming here, but I am not drawing the address. Today I am drawing the address. AD is loaded with 0x222. This is the concept actually. This is address. Address AD is equal to 0x222 holding the reference of one object. After this has been completed now, employee is equal to new employee of AD. Now, I'll decrease some font. You can see, no? Last. Employee is equal to new employee AD I am passing. Here I am passing this address as parameter. That only concept. I am passing this address as parameter. Observe that. So object as parameter means address has been, the constructor is taking that address. So new. Now that employee class must be loaded. So employee class is loaded. Employee class is loaded. Here employee ID, employee name, employee designation, address AD. Now get address. Once the loading has been completed now, object creation starts. Here one constructor, no? Employee ADDR. One constructor is there. Then get employee. Now object creation started here. 0x333. While object creation, employee ID, employee name, employee designation, address. So like this. EID is equal to null. E-name is equal to null. E-designation is equal to null. Address AD is equal to null. Sir, why null? Non-primitive data type variables null only. Because string is getting null. String also non-primitive data type variable, but behavior different. Okay, right. So non-primitive data type variables default value null only. Okay. Now EID, E-name, E-designation, address. Here the number is 7 anyway. Here it is 8. Here it is 9. Here it is 10. Here one constructor will be detected now. this constructor will be detected. Now the constructor will come for execution here. Yes or no? Do you remember the behavior of constructors? Already. Constructors are executed while object creations. Employee address ADDR. This constructor will come for execution. Same number will be given. You can see the diagram in your constructor chapter also. Constructor will come for execution, but you have to apply it. The knowledge should be applied here. Now this constructor has to take the parameter. So it will take the parameter. AD will be taken. Anyway, I am using one color now. I am passing this as parameter. That AD will be loaded onto ADDR. ADDR is a local variable, no? You know, no need to draw that. Here the logic, here the line is AD is equal to ADDR. What happened now? This ADDR will be taken. This ADDR will be taken and loading onto AD. Whenever you load onto AD, that will come and load here now. Zero X222. This will come and load here. AD is updated. All of you understood this? Yes or no? All right. So that 0x222 is coming and loading onto AD. Now once the constructor done the work now, this constructor is destroyed because work is over, because I written a statement. Initializing reference variable, loading the value onto reference variable. Now the address is loaded. Once address is loaded, this is destroyed here. Control will come to main now. Remaining work. Remaining work means what now? This method will come. Void get employee. So story. Now this address will be loaded here now. That E is holding that address. Now here, one object holding the address of another object. So which object holding the address of which object now? Employee object holding object address of address object. If not, you can say employee object is holding the reference of address object. So what is the advantage here now? See the advantage is Whenever I am reading the data now, see there. So E dot EID, see there, load the data onto EID which belongs to E. Means that data is updated here. The data is updated here. This data is updated here. This data is updated here. So this is common what we are loading. We are loading. Here EID means A121. E name means some Raj. E designation means yes. This is okay. Now see there, house number belongs to AD. AD belongs to E. Now the control will go to E. Dot means belongs to no. Yes or no. Now the work will be like this now. Control will go to E and finds AD. After that, it goes here and load it. The control will come here and finds AD and load it. And load it. Control will come here and finds so the data are updated through this address. Through that address location, the updation is happening. Observe or not now. So through one object, we are accessing another object. So of course you can access address object directly. This is one concept. Through one object, you can access another object. That only why many people will not understand high level frameworks and servlet programming means always the student psychology is creating object. There only they will stop it. But not only creating object, you can link the object, you can lock the object, you can serialize the object, you can collect the object, you can sort the object, you can store the object. Lot more work is there. Among that, now one object linked to another object. Through that you are accessing one concept, object-oriented programming, one concept that is. Through one object I can access another object. So up to now you are accessing independently. One object is here, I am accessing one object. But now this object linked to this object, through this object I am accessing this object. So one concept I am giving training to you. So now I'll call this method now. E.getEmployee, I will call it. So whenever I call E.getEmployee, whenever I called it, this or E.getEmployee, I called it. Now that get employee will come here. Get employee method is coming for execution. Anyway, I'm finish offing the diagram. Void get employee. In this get employee, you are printing system.out.println employee ID, employee name, employee designation. You are printing. You are printing, no? Yes or no? Right. So anyway, this output will come, sir. Anyway, this output is coming. I'm putting one line there. Place not there, I'm drawing like this. Some line, roughly I'm giving 14, I'm giving it. Now after this I had here AD dot get address. Here I am writing AD dot get address. AD means I am accessing this. AD means I am accessing this. Through this I am accessing this. Through that AD I am accessing this. Now that get address is coming for execution. Here print house number, street name, city, pin code. Now the two methods are sitting now. Get employee method called get address. Observe this point, right? Upon this get employee, get address is sitting. Get address output will come. Because I am drawing that. After this output came here now. This will be destroyed now. This frame will be destroyed. Then the control will come down. This will be destroyed. What you observe here now? Method of one object called the method of another object. That's a demo. Demo here is method of employee class called method of address class. Means members of one object can call the members of another object through references. That only concept. So these are the informations through this diagram. So what is the information through this diagram is, as a object oriented programmer, I can establish link between objects. In that process, one object can hold the reference of another object. Advantage. The members of one class can access the members of another class, which means the methods of one object can access the members of another object. Here example, method of employee class executing the method of address class. So through that address location, that's the concept. Sir, like this, how many objects I can link it? No restriction. One object can be linked to any number of objects. No restriction. Based on your requirement, you are going to link more number of objects in the real time. So that concept we call it as a references concept. It's a theory. So this concept, analyze it and come today. Once I'll send a notes to you. By 1:30 I'll send a notes. So read that, analyze that diagram and come. Tomorrow's second program. Through references, one more program. And tomorrow assignment on references. Understood now? First half an hour I will write second program and references. Any gaps are there, they'll be filled. Right? Okay. After that, based on this references concept, one assignment will be given to the student to test yourself whether you understood the concept or not. After that, immediately we go for inheritance by tomorrow. So point, right? Okay. Thank you. Take a break for today. Right. I'll send a notes, read it and come.